Hey guys, welcome to Off-Grid Rooster. I just want to maybe put a couple of videos of what I do to recycle, to make money, to create things, and I save it, and it makes a difference. You know, if you're low on cash, if you live on a fixed income, limited income until you get back on your feet and stuff, it's cool. You know, you can make things, sell them. If not, you could recycle, and I upcycle because I make things out of plastic. I make things out of metal and wood, and I do pretty good. So this is what I have right now. I sold a bunch of it. What I normally do is I get plastic bags, and this plastic bags is all aluminum cans. All aluminum cans. You get money, you go to a metal recycling place, you get money for aluminum cans. You also get recycling for the food cans, this because they're steel. Not as much as the aluminum cans, but you get some. And I make things out of it. You could put, like if you want to make bricks for a house, for an Adobe type house, you can either leave it like this and fill it up with cob so it'll harden up. Put it into your north-facing wall or south-facing wall. I don't know which one. So it'll hold the heat, but with the cob, it'll disperse it slowly in the cold weather at night. So I do that. I can make ashtrays out of these. Paint the design on them. Pencils, pencil holders. On this one, I have all plastic. Containers for plastic. I use them as planters. Either paint something on it and drill a hole on the bottom. Take the labels off. Make it decorative. You could put your seedlings in here. You could put your vegetables. Put them indoors for a while before putting them out on the dirt, especially if you're in the desert. There's a link on my Off-Grid Rooster channel of how you prepare, or how hotels prepare the soil, desert soil, quick to break down the clay and the caliche. They make it work to their benefit. There's a sulfuric, agricultural sulfuric that you put, I guess, the first inch of your clay dirt and let it wet it for 3 weeks, let it rain like in the monsoon season, and it breaks down the clay, gets into the caliche. Then you put a highly strong compost fertilizer in it, mix it up, and you'll have good soil. And I mean, you got to look at this link that I posted. So if you look at my list, I have links, helpful links. I have people that I follow, and the beginning of when I started planning to do the desert off-grid rooster move, and then how I saved, what I bought, some of the things that I bought. These other bags, just in case to let you know, more metal, more that's steel here, and this one is again a bag full of aluminum. I have some plastic laying around. I also get glass containers. Now, I have people that use certain glass containers. I know there's a person that she has candles. So what I do is I take these off, tape two together, put it in, the cob, the bags that you put in, and you could have lights shining through. So there's ways of doing things. Let me see something. If I have one that I peeled off, that you can see the difference. These are all, they all have the this stuff on it. Well, you get my drift. And I also, these are spaghetti jars. You could use this, tape two together depending on the width of your bags. You put the, like, two spaghetti jars, tape them up, take the lids off, and you tape them up here, and then when you put it in, lay your bags across, and on the inside of the house you'll get the little window, so if you put enough, and then after you finish putting the cob and the bags over it, and you put your final coating on the outside, you'll see the sun coming through here and protecting and giving you some light window for you. I try to use these. I cut these out, use them as glass. I could cut these out, cut them down and make them little cups. And this is back here what I use for my wood to preserve it. This is used motor oil. I save it. I wipe down the pieces of wood that I want to keep out in the sun after I burn it, and cover it with oil, let it soak in, and use that, because the UVB lights, whatever they should call it, would deteriorate the wood faster if it didn't have some type of coating. So these are all the things that I have. Solar panel, I have tools. Most of it is food. I have lights, LED solar lights. If you don't have solar panels and you need lighting in the evening, you could get, even on Amazon, small lights. You could get them on Lowe's, Home Depot. Small lights, which I'll show you that I put. You don't need any batteries for them. I have that one that's up there. Every night it stays off during the daytime, and it has a motion detector. It turns on for a brief moment, maybe for about a minute, a half a minute or so you could get through. It doesn't become obtrusive to the night lights. I also have these, but this one is hardwired in. Now what I've done is, this one up here is solar powered. At nighttime, if anything comes by, if you have like a wild animal out in the desert and you want to scare it, or you have to go outside to, sorry about that, but if you want to go outside and you want to see what's going on at nighttime, it'll stay on. It'll stay on for a little longer than the first one I showed you. And I'm going to show you some other ones that I have that it's like a pathway, but it's higher, so you can see anything. You could put it, if you have, how do you call it, farm animals, your greenhouse, you got to go put it in the entrance of your door that you're walking into. I have one there. I have one there. I have another one there, and then another one in the far end. I also cut and grow my own trees in order not to spend money and make the place look beautiful after I amend the soil, and I'll talk about that in a second. I have pine trees that I grew out of seeds. I have these snake plants that I've grown. I've got a lot of them. I have one there. I have here. I have more succulents there that I've grown, cut, and kept growing. I have agave. That agave is going to stay here. But I have like the little shoots that grow on the side, and that's one of them. I'll show you the rest that I have. That's the little one I have that I'll plant. I'll adjust it. This is a different type, and this grows. I'm in Texas, and they're growing in full sun, so it works out. I also have an aloe vera plant here, and you can see on the side there's little ones growing. I'll take those, put them in a like a garden or a greenhouse, all these plants, and let them grow. I've done all this landscaping myself, so I've learned a little bit. I don't know everything. Sometimes I think I do, but this right here is a cutting from this plant right here. That's a succulent. It's a desert type plant. You grow it in the greenhouse for a while, let it get accustomed to the heat, and then the sun slowly bring it out. You know, a couple of hours, an hour here and an hour there, in and out, until it gets used to it. Make sure it gets watered. I have more agave here. I have agave here, and this one is a palm, and I'll show you what that palm is in a second. These are all from bulbs that grow with the palm on the sides. This is agave, another agave. This one is a loofah squash. You could eat them when they're young, and it's like a spaghetti type squash. But when you let them ripen, you use the loofah for cleaning, bathing. So it comes out in two purposes. You can make it like a little gift basket and give them out as gifts. And these are the palms. And you could see right here, right there, where the bulbs grow. And I have one down here. They do grow big. You have to take care of them. They are very good for drought tolerant. So I just have to work with it. You know, if it works, it works. If not, I'll try something else. But I'm going to show you what those palms look like grown, and they grow tall. So these bushes are not too hardy in the heat. But that's the palm right there. And you can see on the side, on the bottom, that they grow. What I do is I dig them up, grow them, and then they grow from the top. In the summertime, the more heat, I hardly ever water these guys, and they're doing fine, and they're always in full sun. And here are more that I have to still pick out, but this is how they grow. They grow from the top. Now what that does is open up and shows all these foliage on it. I just have to pick these up and get them in some pots so I could transplant them and nurse them. Now let me get back to what I was saying about amending your soil. I put a link in my list of links that are helpful links. Go take a look at it. Nevada, a hotel in Nevada has what they call how they amend the soil, and for clay soil and caliche in the desert area. They talk about Arizona, they talk about Nevada, but any area that has the caliche and clay soil, hard clay soil, you take what they call, I think it's agriculture sulfur, mix it in like the first inch of the dirt on top, water it for about 3 weeks, and it should work out breaking down the components, because you have calcium and the sulfur breaks it down and it gets down to the caliche. Once that's done, you mix it up and put concentrated compost fertilizer, and they sell them at the link. You'll see the link. You put it in there and give it, but it speeds up the process. Instead of waiting a year or two, it breaks it down really quick. And you could keep using your regular compost that you normally do. You know, you get your greens like in the fall, the leaves fall, take the leaves, mix them in with wood, dry wood. Not too much green because it's high in nitrogen and you don't want to burn your roots or anything. But you got to find your balance for yourself. Now, it'll help because of the caliche is like cement. You can make bricks out of caliche, so you could recycle that. You mix it up with your clay. You're going to need a jackhammer. I mean, it's back-breaking work to break that caliche. I've tried it. I have friends that live in the desert, and I've learned quite a bit about making adobe houses. Put them in the bags, and mixing up sand and some do lime, and then you have to do a lime coating. But it works. If you have any ideas, let me know. Put it in the comments. This is the way I learn. I learn from you guys. I learn from experience. Some things work for me, some things don't work for me, and I'll let you know. Just as so far, it's working here. Today is 101 degrees here in Texas. It's by Houston, Texas, but it's high humidity. Terlingua, the desert that I'm going to, right now I think it's 109 degrees, and it's very, very less humid. But the sun is always shining. You don't have anything that's obstructing for shades like these trees out there. So you create your berms and swales, divert the water into your area, and then the berms, that's where you do your planting. And the swales is how you divert the water. If it's going towards your house, move it away, let it run into a pond by itself when the monsoon season comes, because it's going to come in Arizona and it's coming here in Texas. It just takes time. Mother Nature, your higher power, has a way of. That's why they call these weathermen. They predict the weather. They can't tell you for sure what's happening. They could give you a good estimate, but sometimes it says it's going to rain and it doesn't rain. Sometimes it's going to be hot and it's cooler. So you have to be flexible. You learn as you go. Post on some ideas. I have in my arsenal of stuff that I bought a little weather machine to let me know humidity and barometer and all that stuff. So hopefully what I'm telling you, what I'm saying is, I hope it works for you. The biggest thing out in the desert is water, water, water. You can make water catchment out of garbage can. You can make filters out of charcoal, sand, and pea gravel to make it larger once it starts raining a lot. And then divert it into something that is drinkable for you. Because if you fill it up, they could ship water to you. They could deliver water to you. But that costs money. The water costs money. So you want to depend on nature itself. I have this here. It's a 14-gallon gas bucket. I have one gas bucket down here, and then I have one in the back. I'm installing a fan up in the ceiling to cool down this van, so when I move out there, I'm a little cooler. It's an exhaust fan, and it blows air in and out depending on the weather and the conditions that it is outside. Right now, it's a little overcast. But the heat is amazing. You have to respect the world. You got to respect Mother Nature. She's given signs of what's going on in the world, and we don't take care of it. This is what happens. We have to be kind to each other. It might not, you might not like it, but everybody has a different road to get to the same place. That's my bottom line. I don't want to, how do you call it, convince you to change your thoughts. All I'm saying, this is what I believe in. And, you know, just because I don't agree with something that somebody says doesn't make it wrong. I just don't agree with it. But I'm not going to force my beliefs on you when we're all are going to the same place. Now, I save also water. I've been saving it for a while. I have water containers here, too. I have another gas tank. I have, again, solar panels. I have inverter. I have regulator, the wires. I collect these. People throw these away. These are foam. Act as a little small cooler. I do canning. So, so far it's working out. And I'm going to find out the hard way what I need and what I need to do first. But at least I have some basics. I have something to make it as comfortable as possible for myself. I have folding chairs so I can relax, sit down and not be up on my feet all the time. I have clothing with long sleeves, long pants, because let me tell you something, the short sleeves, short pants is not going to make it. That UV is going to burn you up, and you dehydrate from the inside when it's low humidity because you don't feel it. In high humidity, you sweat all the water, so you have to keep yourself hydrated. I've been a nurse for quite a while, 20-something years, and let me tell you, your body is 70% water, and then you get your vitamin D from the sun. So it takes time. It takes time. It takes a lot of learning. So thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell so you can hear more. And then I'll be posting real soon on my trip and my start in the desert. And the first day that I'm in there, I'm just going to go as crazy as I can. If hopefully it's not as hot as I think it's going to be. I know the Terlingua, Texas temperature reached, I think, 114 the other day. And it goes up and it goes down, but the rains are coming soon. So I want to get out there when the rains are there so I can see where the rain is flowing and where I'm going to build the house, where I build my adobe house. I'm into recycling, upcycling, using what's on the land to make my life a lot easier. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again.